Today I am so excited. We are going to be making really the easiest bread recipe ever. I'm a little rusty on the bread making, but I promise you this is like the easiest recipe. And so I'm super excited to do that. But first I'm going to be doing a little unboxing. And I'm not super familiar with a lot of subscription boxes. I haven't really done a lot, but this is one that I have heard about called globein that I have actually wanted to try. It's home stuff, which if you watch my videos, you know I love home things. It's pretty much my favorite things to buy and have is home things. That's why I have too much. But I'm so excited to be working with them on this video, specifically because the box has something to do with bread. So this is going to be really helpful, and I'm so excited to try the things that they sent. So if you're not familiar with globein, I have my box here and I already took a peek because I couldn't wait. If you're not familiar with globein, it is a subscription box for fair trade goods from all around the world, which is so cool. So you can fill your home with things that are special and unique and made by different artists around the world. So each artisan box is curated for a specific thing. Like this one specifically is called the knead box for bread. They include things from like bread making stuff to like blankets and different woven things and ceramics. So pretty much covers anything that you are interested in, which is so cool. So I'm really excited to open this up because we're gonna use the stuff to make our bread today. So this one, it comes with all this information on the artists and everything. So first things first is this cutting board. How cute is that? I cannot wait to just put this on my counter. That's really, really pretty. So this says it is made in Thailand by a Ethicos home. I don't have a cutting board this shape, so I think this will look really cute on my countertop. And then the next thing, oh, this is cute. What is the name of this again? I can't remember. It is what is this? A dough scraper. I don't know why that was really hard for me to remember. Okay, so this one is made in India. I feel like I'm gonna butcher all these people's names of the artists, so I'm not gonna say all their names, but really, really awesome. This is made by someone that works at home with their family, and I just think this is so pretty. It's a little hand-painted dough scraper. This is probably the thing I'm most excited about. It's a proofing a proofing bowl. I've been wanting one of these, and I think they were like sold out on everywhere that I wanted to buy them because everyone was making bread. So, and then it comes with the little cover, and honestly I'm not even sure how to use this yet, but I know that it's good because it's very breathable. Like it's not like a bowl, I don't know. And I think you put this little linen cover over it and it proofs in there, just rises and gets ready to bake. That's pretty much what that means. So this one was made in India. So pretty. So like you could even use this as a fruit bowl, which I know it's a proofing bowl, so I'll probably just use it for that. But honestly, I've never used one of these, so I'm really excited to see the difference in how it makes my bread bake. There's one more thing in here, and it is this. Oh my gosh, this is so pretty. It is just a beautiful recycled glass leavening bowl, which I think is so pretty. Wow, it's just like, you can tell that it's unique and different even though it's just a glass bowl. So this was made by someone in Morocco, which is super awesome. So this is our leavening bowl. So now I have all my new baking supplies to make some bread. I promise y'all it's the easiest recipe, so I'm really excited to share it with you. But yeah, globein, thank you so much for working with me. Okay, so more about globein. Every month they have like 4 to 5 new boxes added to the artisan box collection. So you really can choose from so many different things, and it's the most customizable box. I will have a code for y'all to get a good deal on that. But you can either be surprised every month, or you can choose to pick your boxes, which I picked this one because it was the most needed for myself. Something really cool that they do is if you don't want to get a box, you can take your box credit and you can choose to just purchase items and things instead, which make it so you really don't feel like you're getting a random subscription box that you don't really want or need the products in. You can kind of choose and customize it as you please. So every purchase from globein supports artisans in these places that I said, like all these artists, they're being supported by this, which is so cool. So you get really special items that make you feel like you're well traveled even if you just got a subscription box. It's super awesome. You can read about all the artist stories on their website, which I think is really cool just because you can really connect and feel like you really are supporting someone's business and the things that they make, and I think that is so cool. I love doing that. And I don't do it as often as I should, but I feel like this is a super easy way to kind of get started in that and making the things you have in your home special and unique and meaningful. The average box costs $40 per month, which is really awesome. And you can choose to stop it at any time. You can choose to do a year-long subscription. I'll make sure I have all the links down below for y'all to check out. And I'm so excited to use these items. They look very beautiful, and I just feel like a little more well-traveled, even though I didn't go anywhere. Love having these special items. So we are going to be making some bread, like I said, and let's get to it. I promise it's the easiest thing you'll do, so you can make this bread today. Let's go make some bread. Almost forgot something so cute they also sent. It's this market basket. Look how cute that is. I'm currently just keeping Wilson's like little toys in it, but this is perfect for Wilson when he goes into his little garden, or our garden that he could pick from. I just think this would be perfect for him. He's not big enough yet, but he plays in this, and I just keep all his toys in here, and this is easy to take in and out of the house when we play outside. But anyway, cutest little basket. They have a bigger size one as well. This is like one of the items you could just purchase instead of doing a whole box. So all we're gonna need for this recipe is some yeast, some flour, a little bit of sugar, a little bit of salt, and then some warm water. Super simple, very easy. I'll have the full recipe and everything linked down below. I just used a recipe on Pinterest, but I'm serious, it's so easy. So let's start mixing. Use a packet, which one of these is exactly 2 1/4. I don't add. So we're gonna add that. 1 teaspoon of sugar, a cup of 1 1/4 cup of warm water. And this is just gonna activate our yeast. I don't think this part is super necessary, but I am just gonna be adding my dough attachment, and I'm just gonna give it a good little mix. I'm gonna use my dough attachment for this recipe, which honestly, you don't need a dough attachment. You can honestly just mix this. Hello. So after I give that a good little mix, I am just gonna let it proof for 5 minutes. Right now, I'm just gonna let it get real foamy for 5 minutes. Then while we wait for that to proof, I am gonna be adding our salt, which is 1 1/2. We're gonna mix in the flour. We're gonna do 2 1/2 cups of flour. I always use half cups when I'm measuring my flour out, or sugar, because the 1 cup doesn't fit into my canisters that I've always had. So that is that first, and I'm just gonna take my wooden spoon and mix all of that together. And now it's been 5 minutes, and it just looks like this. Kind of foamy, ready for the flour. Flour and salt mixture in there. Just mix this until it is all incorporated, and I do it on like a low medium speed. You can also do the mixing with your hands or a sturdy spatula or anything like that. You don't need a dough attachment, but it makes your life a little bit easier. So now I clean. Okay, so the dough has come together. Now it's just like this ball of dough, and it's a little sticky, but that's what we want. So I'm gonna scrape it down. Use my cute little dough scraper to get it all off. Honestly, not thinking that this is exactly what this is for, but it works for this perfectly. We're just gonna take our flour, and it's sticky right now, so we're just gonna lightly coat our dough on all sides. We're not gonna mix the flour in, we're just gonna coat it so it doesn't stick to the bowl, because it is gonna do a little rising. So I'm just lightly flipping it over and coating it with a little, not so much like mixed in, if that makes sense. So there it is, coated enough so it can rise without sticking. Our next step is to let it rise for its first time for an hour. So I'm just gonna cover it with its tea towel. Now I'm gonna put it in the warmest place in our house, which happens to be our little nook, because the sun shines right here. Okay, now we just let it rise for 1 hour. While we wait for that, I'm gonna have some banana pudding that I made. Okay, let's check the bread. Beautiful. See, it's so bubbly and perfect. Now it is time to roll it out a little bit. A little bit of flour and sprinkling it on to our little cutting board. I'm gonna shape it into a little ball here. So now that I have it rolled out into our little ball, I am just gonna place it in here. in our proofing basket to rise for 30 minutes. And I'm gonna preheat the oven while I wait for this. Our bread proofs. Once we get it to 460, I am just gonna place my Dutch oven. This one I have from Target. It's Lodge brand, and I love it. It's perfect. And we're gonna let this preheat and get nice and toasty and warm. And take it out. And then I'm gonna put my parchment paper, and we're gonna put our dough in there. It is looking good, and we are ready to put it in the oven. I prepared Dutch oven, and now I am just going to plop my little dough in there, just like that. And it'll just bake around that, so that'll be good. I keep getting nervous I'm gonna touch this thing. Okay, now I'm gonna pop this back in the oven and put it in there for 45 minutes. The thing that I love about this recipe is it only takes like 3 hours total. So you just have to make this dough, let it rise for an hour at least, and then I just let it rise for 2 hours because I have been busy doing stuff, and then you just let it rise for another 30 minutes after you've kind of kneaded it a little bit. And so super easy, super simple. You don't have to let it rise overnight. I have done recipes where you let it rise overnight, or at least for like 9 hours, I think, which that's really nice because you can make it right before you go to bed and then do it in the morning. But I love it. And then this is so fun, and I was reading a little bit about it. So you can do it without the linen cover in it, but if you do it with the linen cover, it gives it a smoother look, which if you are doing any sort of what is that word, scoring, that's the word. If you're doing any sort of scoring, I guess it helps with that and makes the makes it smoother. I'm not really sure. I'm learning still. So I'm so excited about that. So cute. Making some dinner, so I'm just making chicken and a little lemon orzo. Bob eats the chicken, I don't eat meat, and then some green beans. The bread is all done, and now I'm just gonna let it set and cool down a little bit, but it smells heavenly. Not my best cut ever, but I'm about to try the bread with some butter, and I think it's gonna be so good. Thank you, globein, so much for working with me on today's video. I love this box. So cute. There were so many other really good options for different boxes for different things for your home, and I just think it's really special having things that make me feel well traveled and like I'm supporting other people's businesses and their families. So it's really special to be able to do that through globein. So I will leave my link down below for y'all to go check them out, and also obviously I'm gonna leave this bread recipe down below for y'all to go check out. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you make it, because seriously, so easy, so good. It feels like you're at a French bakery when you really are just at home, and it was the easiest thing to make. So I will make sure to have everything linked down below and discount code for y'all so you can check out globein and make some bread. And I will see y'all in the next one.